Yeah, because she got shot and walked
You had it in a fucking headlock and you know it. You fucking know it. You fucking know it. You're fucking bogus as fuck. We heard we're letting you get fucking shot, you asshole.
And then now you want to be standing over here like, oh,
That is Captain Sable on my head. Yeah, the one in the green. She had it on. You let her get shot.
And she was the girl that shot. This her car right here. She was standing on the doorway.
What do you mean dead, bro? What do you mean she's dead, bro? What do you mean, look, she's dead?
The defense team just spoke up, and what they're saying might surprise you. Attorney Ari Williams filed a response to the prosecution, arguing that Holly Johnson acted in self-defense, that the state has it all wrong, that the evidence is being misrepresented. But here's the kicker. While Williams is filing legal papers trying to get her client released, her own star witness is on TikTok answering questions for $10 a pop. And the defendant herself? She's calling into social media from Cook County Jail to party on her birthday, requesting songs like she's at a club instead of facing 6 counts of first-degree murder. Today, we're breaking down what the defense is actually arguing, why their case is falling apart, and how Carlos Smith and Holly Johnson are doing more damage to themselves than any prosecutor ever could. Before we dive in, this is True Crime Unraveled. Hit subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at True Crime Unraveled TV. Your support keeps Romica's name alive. Let's reset. On September 8th, 2025, at 9 o'clock in the morning, in Chicago's South Loop, Romica Meeks dropped her 7-year-old son off at school. Minutes later, she was dead. Holly Johnson shot her 3 times with a 9mm gun, landing 2 shots, one in the face, one in the leg. Romica was unarmed. Also on the scene was Carlos Smith, the father of both Romica's child and Holly's child. Witnesses say Carlos had Romica in a headlock, that he slammed her with a car door. After the shooting, witnesses saw Holly and Carlos fist bump. Holly was initially released the same day because she had a concealed carry license and claimed self-defense. But on December 4th, 2025, she was arrested and charged with 6 counts of first-degree murder. Judge Clancy denied her pretrial release 3 separate times. His reasoning? The evidence was strong. The shooting happened in a school zone. The pause between shots showed intent, not panic. And the fist bump showed a lack of remorse. The defense appealed, and the appellate court upheld the detention. The door was shut on pretrial release. Now, the defense has filed a new response. And let me read you some of what they're arguing, because it's remarkable. Attorney Ari Williams says the state has it all wrong. She claims the prosecution provided incorrect legal citations, mixing up cases like People v. Smith and People v. Phelps. She's calling out the state for sloppy paperwork. But that's just the warm-up. The defense's core argument is still self-defense. They claim Romica was the aggressor, that she physically attacked Holly, that she even called Holly's grandmother and threatened to kill her. But here's the problem. The day of the shooting, when Holly spoke to police, she never mentioned a physical fight. Neither did any other witness. The first time a physical fight was mentioned was hours later, after Carlos had gone home, showered, changed his clothes, and washed his hands. That's not evidence of self-defense. That's evidence of a story being manufactured. The defense also tried to bring in an unidentified witness who supposedly texted them from a burner phone, a text now number, claiming that after Carlos moved his car, Romica attacked Holly. Let's think about that for a second. An anonymous text from a disposable phone number sent to the defense attorney after she was already hired, with no way to verify who sent it. In what courtroom does that hold up? The prosecution is going to tear that apart. And then there's the 911 call. The defense claims a caller said a black lady was the aggressor and the woman in green. Holly had the gun. But the actual recording says no such thing. The caller said 2 black women were fighting, and the one in green had the gun. That's not aggression. That's possession of a weapon. Now let's talk about Carlos Smith. Because while the defense is filing legal documents, Carlos is doing something that should make any attorney's blood boil. He's been on TikTok, allegedly answering questions from strangers for $10 a pop. $10. Cash App. He's telling people, my truth will get out here. Not Holly's truth. His truth. He's the prosecution's witness number one, the man who was physically restraining Romica when she was shot, and he's out here selling answers for the price of a sandwich. What kind of witness does that? A witness who doesn't care about the defendant. A witness who's only worried about himself. Carlos has said repeatedly that he was just trying to defuse the situation. But witnesses saw him slam Romica with a car door. They saw him put her in a headlock. They saw him fist bump Holly after the shots were fired.
In this car, Monique.
She walked off. What the hell?
Yeah, because she got shot and walked
You had her in a fucking headlock and you know it. You fucking know it. You fucking know it. You're fucking bogus as fuck. We heard you letting her get fucking shot, you asshole.
And then now you're standing over here like, oh,
Let me crack the table on my head.
Yeah, the one in the green. She had it on.
You let her fucking get shot.
And she was the girl that shot. This her car right here. She was standing on the doorway.
What do you mean dead, bro? What do you mean she's dead, bro? Because of him. What do you mean, look, she's dead.
And now he's doing a media tour, trying to clear his own name while Holly sits in jail. If I'm Holly's attorney, I'm furious. If I'm the prosecutor, I'm taking notes for when Carlos takes the stand. And then there's Holly herself. Allegedly, on her birthday, she called into a TikTok live from Cook County Jail. She was on the phone, laughing, requesting songs. Someone even requested On the Run by Jay-Z and Beyonce, a song about being fugitives. And Holly supposedly went along with it. Let that sink in. She's facing life in prison for murder. Her attorney is fighting to keep her from a life sentence. And she's on social media, partying like it's a celebration. What does that tell a jury? It tells them she has no remorse. It tells them she doesn't take this seriously. It tells them she's exactly the kind of person Judge Clancy said she was a danger to the community. You cannot claim self-defense and then party on your birthday from jail. You cannot ask for sympathy and then act like you're at a club. Let's also talk about the crime scene. The defense is trying to argue that the scene was contaminated, that police mishandled evidence, that Carlos was touching cars, smearing blood, acting like he was in charge. And that's true, the scene was a mess. But that doesn't help the defense. Because if Carlos contaminated the scene, if he went home and showered before giving his statement, if his story changed 3 times, first Romica swung at Holly, then they were fighting, then she had her hands in Holly's hair. That's not evidence of a setup. That's evidence of a cover-up. The defense is also trying to discredit witness number 3, the woman who called 911 multiple times. They're saying she didn't see anything, that she ran behind a building. But here's the thing. Her account matches what other witnesses saw, and it matches parts of Carlos's own story. You can't discredit a witness who's telling the same basic facts as everyone else. Here's my take. The defense is desperate. They're throwing everything at the wall. Incorrect case citations, anonymous text messages, claims of contaminated scenes, because they know the evidence is stacked against them. The appellate court already shut the door on pretrial release. The only way Holly gets out now is if a miracle happens. And miracles don't come from burner phones. Carlos is doing the prosecution's job for them. Every time he opens his mouth on social media, he's giving them material to use against him. And Holly? Her jailhouse birthday party is going to be exhibit A when the prosecutor argues she has no remorse. The question is, how long before Carlos is charged as an accomplice? He was there. He restrained Romica. He didn't stop the shooting. He fist bumped after. And now he's out here selling answers for $10. The walls are closing in on both of them. The bottom line, the defense's response doesn't change the facts. An unarmed woman was shot in the face near a school. The shooter showed no remorse. Her accomplice is on a social media tour. And the only thing standing between Holly Johnson and a conviction is a legal team that's grasping at straws. What do you think? Will Carlos be charged before the trial starts? Does Holly's jailhouse party prove she has no remorse? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one. If this breakdown helped you understand the case, hit like, subscribe, and follow True Crime Unraveled on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Keep Romica's name alive. Keep demanding justice. We'll see you in the next update.
This car, Brody.
She walked off. What the hell?
Yeah, because she got shot and walked
You had
off.
in a fucking
Why didn't
headlock
she
and
put
you
her in
know
the
it.
car?
You fucking know it. You fucking know it. You're fuck. We heard you letting her get fucking shot, you asshole.
And then now you want to be standing over here like, oh,
Let me crack the table on my head.
Yeah, the one in the green. She had it on.
You let her fucking get shot.
And she was the girl that shot. This her car right here. She was standing on the doorway.
Brody, she's dead, bro. What do you mean she's dead, bro? Because of you. What you mean, look, she's dead.